We're receiving a streaming video feed via satellite uplink, Commander. It's from Chairman Bing, the trillionaire CEO of the Massive Soft Corporation in Seattle, Washington. I'm patching it through now.
I don't know how long I'll be able to stay online. Yuri's forces are crawling all over the Massive Soft campus. He's built a nuclear missile silo, and he's threatening to nuke Seattle unless I fund his war effort. He's also forcing our R&D department. It's some sort of special project. Looks to me like it's some genetic software.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Incoming transmission.
Satellite recon confirms that Yuri's got an operational silo in the area. Taking out those nukes is priority 1. We have our own super weapon. One of Einstein's weather control machines. Use it on that base. Pronto.
This is the Space Needle, Commander. Garrisoning some GIs here will give us an excellent view of the city and allow us to better see what Yuri's forces are doing. Be careful when you approach the Massive Soft campus, sir. Yuri has guard units surrounding the main building. We can't afford to be caught by surprise. Battle control online.
Welcome back, Commander.
Lightning storm ready.
That Bing joke predates the search engine by like 8 years.
Warning, lightning storm created.
It's
Structure garrisoned.
pretty funny to think about.
Ready to roll. Good to go.
Regardless, this mission's one that can be cheesed in several different ways.
Point established.
The basic idea is that you shouldn't try to play this straight. It's just not worth it.
Squared away, sir! Can do!
Both the Allied forces and Yuri's forces can't actually build a base. They're both limited, their construction areas are either destroyed or never deployed. Which means that you get one free weather storm before the Soviets, well, Yuri, gets his own retaliation.
New rally point established.
Moving out!
Unit ready.
And if you don't want to lose some important buildings for free,
On my way!
you might as well sell them.
Sir, we need more power to bring the weather control device back online.
Not only do you get money from having done that, but you
I won't be late.
also reduce your own power requirements. This is a little important,
Unit ready.
but not so much so that it's crippling. Now, as we've seen in a couple previous episodes,
Need a repair?
it's rather important to be garrisoning buildings in Yuri's Revenge.
I have the tools. Yes, sir. Studying blue.
It heavily limits the ability of Yuri and prevents a couple of other things to happen from one or two units that we'll see a lot more frequently in this mission particularly.
Orders? Got it. How about some action?
Now, we've seen the Gatling tanks before. They're going to be a basic constant for us at all times.
Acquiring additional resources. Structure garrison.
However, there's one or two units that's also going to give us a nasty surprise if you're not paying attention.
Orders? Ready. On the move.
Machine shop captured. All vehicles are now auto return. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Now, we have the return of the Sniper, basically the special unit for the British in skirmish mode in the original game.
Promoted.
Eliminate.
And the basic idea is that if you want something that can shoot very far, albeit slowly,
New rally.
the Sniper is basically the go-to unit.
Unit reporting. Destination, Commander?
It's very useful to have, I'd say, 2 snipers per power station that you have.
Vehicle ready. Good to go.
And if you're going to be making any sort of offensive move, you should probably have a sniper or 2 in the midst, just so that they can take care of, say, Yuri before they take over your units.
Unit reporting. Ready to roll. Weapons ready.
Warning. Nuclear missile launch. Unit lost.
Securing destination, Commander? Hitting them hard.
Unit ready.
Now, the problem for me is that I wasn't quick enough. You can get away with taking out the first power plant so that you don't have to actually take a second
Unit
nuke.
promoted.
Though, luckily for me,
Taking them down.
my guide states that the AI always goes for that particular power plant, so if you know about it, you can save your units.
Vehicle ready. Securing position.
That being said, you want to quickly recapture or resecure the zone, because Yuri tends to send a lot of engineers to try and capture these locations. And it should be mentioned that the power plants themselves are rather tough buildings.
Abandoned.
Double time! Good job.
Unit ready.
Eliminate them. Just give me a clear view. IFV ready. Watch my
Unit
dust.
promoted.
At the start of the mission, Lieutenant Eva mentions the Space Needle, and if we occupy it, it reveals a bunch of terrain, or gives us a great view of the city. I believe that's true, but was patched out, because
Be a target.
I'm not really sure.
On hold. Cancel.
I just happen to remember that being a thing, and it seems weird to have that sort of audio file without any sort of visual difference to the map and how you basically live it. It should be mentioned too that the 2 oil derricks in the bottom left of the map should absolutely be captured as soon as possible, as without them you have absolutely no income whatsoever. Also, we've seen the effect of one of the 2 new units, or one of the new units for Yuri, namely the virus. The virus is basically a female version of the sniper, although she does not shoot as far as the allied version.
On hold. Cancel.
This is why it's
Lightning storm ready.
1, ideal, and 2, almost required to have multiple snipers if you're defending a location that's being attacked by viruses, if only because from time to time your own snipers may not automatically target the right unit, and in doing so they leave themselves open to the virus's retaliation. Now, apart from cheesing the mission by selling some buildings at the start so that you get all that extra additional income for absolutely no effort, the other thing you want to prioritize is destroying at least one of the power stations that Yuri has. Now, while... Oh, the dog doesn't actually do anything, sadly. While Yuri has enough power for his nuclear silo and all his buildings, by destroying one single power plant, you effectively drop his power, so he can't do anything. And if you capture a power plant, then the Yuri's AI basically goes crazy and sends a ton of units and engineers to recapture it, which makes sense. However, destroying a power plant does not cause that behavior to actually occur. Which basically turns this mission into a measured slog in a way. You're going to be doing things in a
High-speed, low drag.
measured manner. As soon as Yuri's nuclear site is out of action, you don't really have to rush anything. So my best advice is just take your time, build up your forces, make sure that what you're defending is, well, properly done.
Unit ready.
I.e. having a lot of garrison buildings, having some snipers to protect against viruses and Yuris, and then just work your way through the various different checkpoints.
Unit promoted. Reinforcements have arrived.
If you want to play this even more slowly, just wait for the lightning storm to show up, and then lightning storm every single group. Although, that being said,
Yep, running smooth.
I'm making a healthy donation to your war fund. Immediately.
Unit ready.
Give me a job.
Lightning
Proceeding
storm.
although that being said, you don't... How do I put this? You don't really have to destroy anything else other than the production facilities if you don't want Yuri to do anything extra, and you can leave off any of the sites, the power plants, provided you have power. So You know, just you can beeline it for the base, basically. And after saving Massive Soft, yeah, you kind of have more than enough money to do anything. I guess it's useful to know that the if an IFV has a Guardian GI in it, I believe their range increases enough, at least that we've seen, so that you can fire at a garrison building without having to worry about any retaliation from it.
Securing position.
And again, because you've taken out the power, there's no base defenses that are active. You can kind of just waltz in and take out the nuclear silo.
Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Lightning storm ready.
And yes, those are snipers in the IFVs.
Lightning storm created. Unit promoted. Mission accomplished.